Our next guest is known for sliding across the hood of cars and beating up bad guys like nobody's business, and the Dukes of Hazzard, of course.
He's also been Superman's father on Smallville, but now John Schneider is playing a no-nonsense, ruthless, and wealthy judge on OWN Network's The Have and the Have-Nots. Take a look.
Why are you so protective of him?
Well, if I had been more protective of him, none of this would be happening now.
Oh, so now it's my fault.
Yes, it's your fault. You were supposed to be at camp with him that summer, Jimmy.
Oh,
you left him
give
there.
it a rest,
You lied to
Catherine.
him. You were with 4.
Where the hell were you? Where was Mommy when he needed her
Don't
the
you
most?
ever put your hands on him again.
He's my son, too. I can do whatever the hell I want to.
Oh, don't remind me.
Are you forgetting that he also has your miserable lineage, your blood running through his veins? Are you forgetting that? The apple doesn't fall very far from the tree, does it, Catherine?
Are you referring to my father?
Yes. Your father was a raging alcoholic. He was a drunk. Deal with it.
No, you don't refer to him. You refer to yourself, Jim, because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, because your tree is on the side of a hill. So he is as far away from anything that I have ever known.
Our son was driving under the influence of who the hell knows what. Just like your father and miserable, miserable dad that you had.
Wow, okay.
That was juicy.
Well, welcome John Schneider to Rise 360. That's a great intro.
He's a sweetheart.
Yes, of course.
Sweetheart.
I can
He's
tell.
subtle.
I mean,
He's a subtle man.
to say the least, it's a hot and steamy show. Very
It is a hot and
fiery.
steamy show, and it has a lot of that. It has a lot of debate.
Debate, is that what you call that? Debate with your wife, of all people? Well,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more about your character, John Cryer, and the show. What can we expect this new season?
Well, Jim Cryer is running for governor, and that means that there's going to be public scrutiny about what's going on in his life, both at work and at home, and what's happening with his children. There's my daughter on the show. And that is going to be a bit of a problem for Jim because his family is a disaster. And the best thing that, the only good thing that Jim has done in season 1 is he decided to, rather than have affairs with people that he works with, he decided to hire a prostitute, and that got him in trouble. So he just can't.
He can't win.
The guy can't hit the ground with his hat, okay? He just can't, he can't win. But when you can say the best thing that this man has done in a year was hire a prostitute rather than go to IHOP like some celebrities who play golf do.
Was that a read?
No. But yeah, it's very interesting. It's a great show. It's like I said, our family is falling apart. We have drug issues. We have self-esteem. I can't imagine why those children would have self-esteem issues. Can you?
Can't imagine.
With
Can't
such a
imagine at all. No.
loving father.
So what drew you to this character? Because
the
you
fact
really
that
are
he-
playing someone that people love to hate.
Yeah, well, and I hadn't really done that except in guest star roles. I did a wonderful show for Dean Devlin called Leverage. Played a very bad guy. But you come in and you work for a week and then that's it. Was on Nip Tuck for a while. Played a pretty bad guy. But that was a short run as well. This is the second season of The Haves and Have-Nots. And Tyler Perry writes dysfunction very, very well. It makes me wonder. It makes me say, Tyler, really, what happened? What happened? Who are these people?
Yeah.
Are these people real? I said, they are now.
Yeah,
So,
they are now.
They are.
they are now.
Did you have any idea that this show would be such a huge hit? My goodness, it's done phenomenally for OWN.
It's breaking records there.
Well, yeah, it is breaking records. But I mean, with the track record of Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, when they are behind something that's theirs, it's different. You know, it came out of Tyler's brain. He had a play as well called The Haves and Have-Nots. So Tyler's been experimenting with this particular notion for a long time. I'm not surprised because it's Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of
You
them,
know.
what's it like working for those two powerhouses?
It's amazing. They're great. They're the most focused people I've ever met. They give 1,000% of their attention to whatever it is that they're doing at the time. And that's important, but what's also important is when you are done with that, you move on to the next thing and you give 1,000%, not 999. You get to 1,000% all the time on whatever it is that you're doing. Kind of the old live in the moment, be in the moment. Well, with these folks, I think it's do business in the moment, work in the moment. And then when you play, you play.
And
They don't take their work home with them.
Huh?
Smart.
Do you like playing a bad guy, playing the villain?
I love it because it's far more like me.
Oh, come on, no way.
It's fun. It's fun. I do enjoy it because I have no rules as this guy. I can say anything I want. I can do anything I want.
And get away with it.
And get away with it. And a lot of very nasty, vindictive, hateful stuff comes out of my mouth that shocks me.
And that's very different
Sometime.
from the character that many have known you for as Bo on the Dukes of Hazzard.
Right. Although, you know, Bo would walk into the bar and smack somebody because they'd said something
That's true.
inappropriate to. I mean,
But he was doing it for good
Bo was
reasons.
not
He was
like,
defending
selling
people,
Girl
though.
Scout cookies. He'd be more like
But he was
chasing the Girl
defending people.
Scout.
He was almost like a hero, you know?
Well, he was one of 2 modern-day Robin Hoods.
There you go.
Right,
See?
right.
So how did you land that career originally? That
That
gig?
one I don't remember.
And-
It was
oh,
half a
really?
century ago.
Oh, see.
No,
Well, how
no,
did it change your trajectory for your career?
Oh, well, it made it so I could see every door available and so that it could be slammed in my face when I got right up to it. Yeah, it's not necessarily a good thing. I'm from here. I'm from Mount Kisco,
Right.
New York. And the odd thing is if you were from Paducah, Kentucky and play a New York cop, you're an actor. But if you're from Westchester County, New York and play a redneck, you're a redneck. It's a strange thing, but it's true.
So how did you manage to make the doors open up for you again?
Just kept pounding on them and pounding on them and making phones ring. And I love Dukes of Hazzard, but it's so funny to me that people don't consider anyone on that show as being an actor. And I tell you, several of the finest actors ever, Denver Pyle, James Best, Sorrel Book, these guys are unbelievably trained, wonderful actors. But people see them as, oh, that's Boss Hogg. They don't think about the years and years of Shakespeare that Sorrel Book did, or they don't think about the 7 languages he spoke because they think of Boss Hogg. And this may sound like sour. I hope it doesn't sound like sour grapes because I love the Dukes of Hazzard. But that is an odd thing, especially when I meet someone on a cop show who's from some little town in Florida.
Yeah.
Who is considered a great actor. It's so strange to me.
Well, let's talk about your singing career then.
Yes.
No
Sure.
more
Well,
Dukes
I
of
don't even
Hazzard.
do that anymore. I don't do that anymore.
But
You
when
don't
you
sing?
did, you had 9 albums, 18 singles, a Christmas album. I mean, you were huge in the country scene.
Yeah.
Do you sing anymore just in the shower?
I will go out and tour occasionally. Tom Wopat and I from Dukes, we do a show every now and again. It's fun. I miss my guitar. I miss that whole thing. But what I
Oh
really
my God,
do.
you would be perfect on Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you already have a
Nashville.
day job.
That's right. I have a day job.
It's a show about the country music world on ABC. You would be perfect.
Right. I think I'm on Mistresses already on NBC. I think.
On
Yeah, all
ABC.
over.
was.
Oh, wow.
You can't keep up.
No, I know. Well, you know, you get to where you do a lot of things. But I write and direct, and I have since I wrote and directed the last episode of Dukes.
Really?
So my big thing, my big push is, which actually, the studio part was inspired by working with Tyler. So I've purchased, or in the process of purchasing, a piece of property in Louisiana and building a studio there.
Wow.
Specifically for independent filmmakers. So there'll be post-production, there'll be production, sound stages, the whole thing. Because of this wonderful experience I had working at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. So he's inspired me. I've always wanted to make movies, always wanted to do that. But now that I've seen it and I've seen how it can be run so well, it's inspired me to do that in Louisiana. So John Schneider's studios will be there in Holden, Louisiana.
Why Louisiana?
First of all, I went there because of the tax credits, 35% tax credits.
Okay.
You can film anywhere more cost effectively anywhere but California, really. So the tax credits are great there. The talent pool is great there, from acting to cinematography to transportation. They've got great Teamsters there. It's a good place. Not to mention the food. Hello.
That helps.
that
Yeah.
The food helps.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
a plum
Smothered
boy.
is the first movie we made there.
So what's
John
the first
Schneider's
project we
Smothered.
can look forward to you seeing?
Smothered.
Smothered.
Smothered, a gruesome horror comedy.
Okay.
And if you want to see the trailer, you can go to thejohnschneider.com. That's not because I'm really proud of myself. That's because some other joker bought johnschneider.com and I couldn't get it.
All right.
So
Right.
thejohnschneider.com, click on the big picture of Smothered.
And we can catch the haves and the have-nots tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight?
And
9 p.m.
every Tuesday night. And tonight is the season premiere of
Yes.
season 2.
And I've seen it, and
you
it is
saw it
hot.
last night.
Let me tell you, Lola, it is hot. You got to check it out.
There's some
tonight.
stuff
Yeah.
going on. Oh, yeah. It's
right.
really something.
Well, check it out
And-
on OWN. And then once everybody at home sees it, tweet us and tell us what you think at
Please do.
Rise TV 360.